Still 11 matches left in the regular season, but tonight will feel like playoff soccer. Union Omaha back home after a loss to Chattanooga dropped them to second in the League One table, looking to pull even atop the standings tonight. For North Texas, they're riding a franchise record time unbeaten streak and pulled off a dramatic extra time draw in Madison a week ago. Two teams with very real title aspirations on the line tonight in Nebraska. It's Union Omaha hosting North Texas. Ken Levicka with you from Werner Park in Papillion, Nebraska. And you're going to hear a lot of this man's name tonight, Greg Hurst. He scored in the first meeting between these two teams back on July 31st. The 24-year-old Scotsman, 9 goals this season. That leads Union Omaha. That's tied for third in USL League One and nearly matches the 10 tallies he had in 2 seasons at Chattanooga. As for North Texas, with that 7-match unbeaten streak, they came in to Papillion back on July 31st. It was Bernard Kamungo, the step over, and the power past Rashid Nuhu. That was in the 49th minute. That drew the match level at 1-1, and that gave North Texas a valuable point on the road here at Werner Park. What'll happen tonight? It's going to be a good one. High drama. Union Omaha, North Texas on a Saturday night in week 22. It's USL League One on ESPN+.
I'm actually the first person in my whole entire family, teenagers, adults, kids, grandparents, that's gotten my bachelor's degree. It was 16 hours to Missouri, and then we picked up my dad and my brother, and then it was another 5 hours here. I didn't get a walk for high school. Everyone else gets that opportunity, so when it came to this, I was like, I don't care how far it is away.
We'd like to thank these awesome restaurants in the Omaha Metro for providing team meals to our players during the 2021 season. Chick-fil-A Bellevue, Vitality Bowls, Papio Pit Barbecue, The Corner Kick, Epica Cantina, and Beacon Hills. We appreciate your support in team meals during our 2021 season. Union Omaha, its 6th home match of the season. These have been rare for the team that sits second in the USL League One table, playing host to North Texas tonight. Let's go ahead and check out our starting 11 for both sides as these two teams prepare to do battle. And here are the starting lineups, and we will begin with Union Omaha, a 3-5-2 tonight. And Evan Conway is going to make his first start in several months. Only his fourth start of the season. Conway and Hurst at the top of the formation. That has a chance to be dynamic. And then Kroll, Doyle, Boyce, Malone, Firmino in the Union Omaha midfield. Rashid Nuhu, one of the best in USL League One, patrolling between the pipes for the team that sits second in the table behind Chattanooga Red Wolves. We've seen Union Omaha and Jay Mims starting 11. Now what about Eric Quill and North Texas? That 7-game unbeaten streak. No Emanol Almaguer tonight because of a red card suspension. Got that one late at forward. Madison in the 1-1 draw last Saturday. Blaine Ferry instead in the midfield. There you see Kazu and Gabriel along with Gibran Arroyo, a very formidable forward lineup for North Texas in this Saturday matchup. And then Derek Waldeck, the leader, along the back line as he'll come up from his left back position. These two teams set to go. Second meeting of the season between these sides. Union Omaha in its home black shirts, white shorts. Meanwhile, North Texas in the road whites with the red shorts. Union Omaha trying to keep pace with Chattanooga after falling at Chattanooga last Saturday, a 1-0 decision. Chattanooga able to go to Toronto 2 and register a draw yesterday. 3 points clear of Union Omaha is Chattanooga. Union Omaha trying to draw level with a win tonight. The whistle blows, and it is time for football in Nebraska. It is Union Omaha and North Texas, and this could be a possible playoff preview. Ken Levicka with you at Werner Park in Papillion, Nebraska. Long ball forward, immediately contact in the box, and Union Omaha whistled for a foul. Union Omaha comes in 8 victories, 2 defeats, and 6 draws on the season. 30 points in the table. That's good for second, as we mentioned. Their second loss of the season last weekend at Chattanooga in what was a top-of-the-table battle. That allowed Chattanooga to leapfrog Union Omaha and head into first. Meanwhile, North Texas, 6 victories, 6 defeats, 5 draws, 7 straight unbeaten, 24 points in the table. Based on tiebreakers, sits 6th. So right there on the back end, the very last entry into the playoff picture. That's the first time they have been there since early in the season. They have found their way. And they had Thibaut Chaquel enter the match late, 76th minute Saturday in Madison, and hit a 91st minute free kick goal to pick up the point on the road, keep the unbeaten streak alive, and Chaquel is available off the bench tonight. Colin Shuttler, the North Texas goalkeeper, will try and get North Texas going out of the back. Shuttler, the goalkeeper decision over Richard Sanchez tonight because Eric Quill, third-year head man for North Texas, wants mobility in the back and wants more of a sweeper-keeper role. Sanchez not comfortable playing that way. North Texas needs to be an attack that can spread things wide, and Sanchez more vertically capable distributing out of the back. So that's why Shuttler, the young 22-year-old goalkeeper, former great at the University of Virginia, gets the go tonight. Here's a long ball forward that's cleared out of trouble by Mark Salas. Union Omaha, the least passes of any team in USL League One this season. They have the lowest pass accuracy as well, partially because they are all vertical all the time. Long balls forward, find Greg Hurst, find forward, score, grind out on the attack, and then grind it out on the defensive side. Least goals conceded in USL League One by a wide margin, 12, and that's been the formula for victory. The passing efficiency has not really affected anything for Union Omaha because they are so stingy defensively and so opportunistic with the ball. Here's Connor Doyle, pushes it forward to Conway. Conway tried to cross, it's low, it's deflected out of play by Salas, and it is our first corner of the evening. Union Omaha in front of its supporters here at Werner Park, which, as you can see, doubles as a minor league baseball facility. AAA, the Kansas City Royals, the Omaha Stone Chasers call this home. Damia Villadare with the outswinging corner, headed up over the bar. Never really a threat to Shuttler, but some early noise here from Union Omaha. Take another glance at this well delivered to the top of the area. But not very directional. Union Omaha with the first opportunity of tonight's match. Comes in the 4th minute. Now North Texas wants to get out on the run. But an errant pass, unable to be collected by Colin Smith. Now you get a look at Smith. Signed a homegrown deal with FC Dallas in April of this year. Had 16 appearances for North Texas last season, and he is making his 17th appearance tonight. This is his 8th start in Eric Quill's back four. North Texas rarely deviates from its 4-3-3. They are trying to spread Union Omaha out. This is the smallest field in all of League One, but North Texas wants to try and get wide, something Eric Quill says they did not do well late July here in the 1-1 draw against Union Omaha. Blaine Ferry's called for a foul. Ferry did not see action at forward Madison last Saturday, making his 8th start of the season. Very capable midfielder. Not a ton of drop-off with Almaguer suspended and Ferry playing in his place. Union Omaha bracketing defensively in their attacking half, trying to put some pressure on North Texas. And once again, Smith unable to play out of his right back spot and be on the receiving end of a long ball. This is only the 4th meeting all time between these two sides. North Texas has never registered a victory against Union Omaha. Union Omaha, 1 win, 0 defeats, 2 draws. The first ever result North Texas able to collect against Union Omaha came back in that match that we continue to reference, July 31st. Greg Hurst scored in the 20th minute to get things going, give Union Omaha the advantage. Then Bernard Kamungo, who is a sub tonight for North Texas, he scored in the 49th minute, and that's how the match ended. The referee is Karen Collado. Colin Smith will throw it in here for the visitors from Arlington, Texas. The ball comes to Union Omaha after a mess near midfield. It's played back and out of play, and Union Omaha will throw it in. Boyce is going to defer to Villader. Villader, the young Spaniard, with the throw-in. Oh, a nifty back heel ball. Conway, left foot, cross! Couldn't connect. And it rolls harmlessly out of play, but that was nearly spectacular. Couldn't find Firmino, but it wasn't far off. We'll see some of this nifty play. A back heel started all of this. Conway with the cross. Firmino looks like he may have stumbled a bit. It says good ball. And Union Omaha has had the 2 best chances here early. North Texas trying to play out of the back, and they give it away once again in the midfield. It's pinballed around. Finally collected by Ferdy Sosa. Made a nifty turn, but then nearly gave it right away. That rolls across the touchline. North Texas throw-in. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select, the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit SelectSportAmerica.com. That's SelectSportAmerica.com.
Next one.
Pretty frantic pace to this match so far. Union Omaha has controlled the possession. That has been a rarity this season, but especially in the last month. In the last 4 matches, Union Omaha has been outpossessed. And they're 2-1-1 in that span. So it really does not hurt them. That is not their game to hold the ball. As we said, they love to play vertical. It's easy to lose Greg Hurst because he is constantly moving, and that drew the ire of Eric Quill when we talked to him this week, the North Texas boss, who said they preached and preached and preached and preached about that before the first matchup between these two clubs this season, and it still happened. Here's a low cross. Gabriel collects in the box. Now up top, Nicky Hernandez. Tried to play it back. Waldeck wanted to blast it into the danger area. Instead, it's deflected away, out of play. And that threat is thwarted for North Texas. But Eric Quill, remembering the scouting report, said, of course, you preach it all week. And then sure enough, Greg Hurst found a way. We didn't account for him, got beat on a vertical ball. And after 20 minutes, it was 1-0 Union Omaha. Trying to avoid that same fate this time around is North Texas. Some injury news for North Texas. Hope Avayevu is available, did make the trip. He has not played since suffering what appeared to be a hamstring injury against North Carolina 2 matches ago. Conway with some space left of the box, but he was well offside. Union Omaha looking threatening here in the opening 11 minutes. The team second in the USL League One table knew who's going to collect this. Nearly gave up a corner. And from our vantage point, it looked like it might have gone across the goal line, or the end line, I should say, but the assistant referee was sprinting down and not in position to see that. Devin Boyce plays it to the edge of the area, collected by Firmino. Had it deflected away. Union Omaha still looking threatening. Header wide of goal. Shuttler tracked it until he finally was convinced it was going to be off the mark. Hurst, that's what he does. He makes himself dangerous. And he was wide left on his header. Nicky Hernandez with some real estate. Takes contact from behind, stays on his feet. Otieno could not withhold this run. But Ferdy Sosa with a very solid defensive play and then earns a throw-in for Union Omaha. North Texas has really tried to build from the left side here tonight. We haven't heard from Kazu. Now here he is. Kazu, left-footed shot, took a deflection right into the arms of Nuhu, but there's the first shot on goal for North Texas. So I spoke it into existence. There's Kazu, the 21-year-old Brazilian on loan from Coritiba. He has had a sensational year for North Texas. Came in as a left back, and they have transitioned him to a forward. He started winning one-on-one drills in training, and the coaches realized, wait a minute, I think he can score some goals for us, and he's done so to the tune of 5 tallies so far here in 2021. Dangerous balls here in the back from North Texas, looking a bit shaky. Finally, Smith able to open himself up, and North Texas able to push it forward. Union Omaha pesky. They are pressing full length of the field so far in the early going. Can they maintain that? Trying to find a goal early here. Into the midfield. Rayo taken down. Free kick awarded. And his foul was given to Villader, who disagreed. Villader getting a warning. There's Connor Doyle. He's the veteran of this club. 29 years old, formerly with Chattanooga. 5 assists this year, really helps the attack go. And a solid veteran presence. He's been just about everywhere, and he's seen it all. Jacksonville Armada, Puerto Rico, Colorado Rapids, DC United, Derby City. He's been a world traveler, and he has been a nice addition to this club. Waldeck lobs it into the box. Headed up and over. Kaiser Gomez with the run. It was a bit off balance and skied it into the seats. Gomez spent time with the #1 club in the FC Dallas organization from late July through the early portion of this month. It is featured regularly for North Texas this season. This is 14th start, 16 appearances. North Texas starting to win the ball back here now. Starting to be more proficient in possession. Gabriel won it in the midfield, lobbed it forward. North Texas goes to work. Rayo. Right foots it down, now Ferry. Ferry lobs it to the left. Headed back by Kazu. Kazu was offside. August is USL Supporters Month. We want to hear from you. Visit uslleague1.com/supporters-month for more information on how you can get involved and have a chance to be featured as the supporter of the week. That's uslone.com/supporters-month. Always looking for supporters of the week here in USL League One. Always a strong faction of them here in Papillion for their Union Omaha side in its second year of existence. Union Omaha only 6 home matches so far this season, and one of them, August 7th against Forward Madison, was stopped in the 58th minute because of inclement weather. Just found out this week that that's going to be restarted from the beginning. It'll be played in its entirety October 20th. That could have some massive table implications as Forward Madison is flirting with the playoff picture as well. It's because the small amount of home matches here to this point, it's because they are sharing this park with the Omaha Storm Chasers, but they are loaded with home matches on the back end. They will have 8 of them in the remaining 10 matches. So a chance to really take advantage of their comfortable confines here in suburban Omaha. This is delivered to the box. Hurst able to body off Waldeck, keep it in the attacking third. Now Ferdy Sosa. He's dispossessed. Strong defensive play here from North Texas. Gabriel mixing it up from his forward spot, getting involved in the back. Kazu will not be able to catch up to that. You can see the infield dirt covered by turf here at Werner Park. One of the cool things about some of the $2.4 million in soccer renovations done here at this facility in 2019 is that the pitcher's mound is retractable, goes into the earth. And they're able to cover it with the turf on the infield, so there's no bump, no danger, no elevated portion of the field. It mechanically retracts back into the turf. Both teams still feeling one another out here in the opening 19 minutes. North Texas, the 2019 champions, came one kick away from going to the USL League One title game a year ago in that expedited 2020 COVID-19 season. And Union Omaha second in the table, picking up where they left off last season. Made the USL League One championship match, but a COVID situation on their side caused the cancellation of that showdown with Greenville, and Greenville was awarded the League One championship. But no carryover and disappointment. They have come roaring out in 2021 and have never really faltered. Only 2 defeats on the season. All they get is results. Boyce not happy that he was whistled for an infraction. Boyce, the former Brazos Valley man. Karen Collado says, I didn't tell you to restart play yet. Mikey Maldonado is going to have it delivered back to him. Maldonado made the North Texas side in a tryout back in January. Fast forward to now, this is his 11th start of the campaign, and he has played in every match for Eric Quill's side. Hernandez lobs it to the edge of the box. Kazu slipped down. Gabriel wasn't able to get there. Pinballs around the midfield. And this is going to bounce out of play. Not a ton of rhythm to either side, at least consistently here on the attack. This is a very intimate football setting here at Warner Park. As you can hear, and it's no different from in the stands, it is very audible. The players communicating with one another, the coaches from the touchline, and what they're saying to those who are on the pitch. Very unique, that's for sure. Boyce trying to find a way to push forward, could not. And instead they'll work from the right side. Otieno wanted Hurst, skied him, and this will roll into the corner. You can hear Eric Quill and Jay Mims both shouted instructions. That is not uncommon. Two of the best developmental coaches in America on the touchline tonight in Quill and Mims. Jay Mims started his coaching career as an assistant for a decade at Creighton before he was given the head coaching job and given the task of building the University of Nebraska Omaha men's soccer program. Started from scratch, given that opportunity. Going full grassroots, and now a yellow has been shown to Mikey Maldonado for holding up play. So an early yellow to Maldonado. He came up and he kicked it away from Hurst, who was trying to restart it quickly. Waldeck, strong slide to win that back. Karen Collado, the referee, has been busy here tonight. But Mims, once he started that Nebraska Omaha men's soccer program, it did not take long to see success. Won the Summit League in 2014, 2016, won the Summit League tournament title in 2017, NCAA appearances. Quite a success story, and then Mims was given the opportunity to build another soccer organization from scratch here with Union Omaha. Gomez feeds it into the box. Rayo was offside.
Hey, he didn't call offside. What's she doing? What's she doing?
And you can once again hear from pitch side that there was some disagreement from the North Texas side that Rayo was off. There is a lot on the line here tonight, and that is reflective of some of the tempers already, some of the frustration already. Union Omaha fresh off its second defeat of the season after losing late at Chattanooga. Ricky Ruiz with his 72nd minute tally. And North Texas, who looked like this was going to be a lost season for them, now 7 in a row unbeaten, trying to make their push, trying to pick up a signature victory on the road and firmly plant themselves in playoff position in this log-jammed USL League One table. Look at Faraday Sosa with that turn. Hurst across, side-swiped away. And Faraday Sosa has been extremely busy from his right back spot. He has been active and very, very flashy tonight. That rolls through. Looking to connect with Hurst. He couldn't get a toe on it. Claps his hand, says good ball. And Shuttler will begin North Texas' quest up the pitch. Ferry has it fall to his feet. Nice ball forward to Smith. Smith ahead of the defense. Flag stays down. Colin Smith, can he win the 1v1 battle? Stays on his feet, nearly hit the deck. Here comes support for Union Omaha, and they win it back. And that is a microcosm of what has made Union Omaha so successful. Some problem moments there for Boyce on the ball. Finally, Union Omaha able to get it out of play. And now a yellow has been shown to Colin Smith of North Texas. So we're showing some cards here early. The second tonight, and both to North Texas. First it was Maldonado, and now it's Colin Smith. And we did not see it because he was behind the play, but the Union Omaha player who appeared as if he took a knock, you'd have to think that that was a result of Colin Smith. And we will get a look at it. Great work by our production staff. Colin Smith barreling in late and is shown a card. That didn't seem terribly severe, but Karen Collado says it was unnecessary, and she books Colin Smith. And there is Smith. The FC Dallas homegrown player will send it back into the North Texas defensive half. Very much a chess match early on. Ken Levicka with you at Warner Park in Papillion, Nebraska. A place where Union Omaha has not lost yet this season. Union Omaha second in the table coming into tonight. North Texas in sixth, but part of a six-team traffic jam with 24 points in the table. Chattanooga, the first place squad, drew with Toronto 2 yesterday. That pushed Toronto 2 to 25 points, and they sit third in the table, but then there's 6 teams on 24 right behind them. So if you love shifts and drama and constant scoreboard watching, USL League One in 2021 is for you. Rayo. Now Smith and Ferry. Ferry on his left foot pushes it off to Smith. Close quarters, maneuvering with the ball here for North Texas. Now they try to spray it out wide. Maldonado off to the left. Waldeck. Waldeck floats it, middle of the area. It falls to Rayo. Heads it to the top of the box. Faraday Sosa, guess who? There to clear it away. Two of the East's best clash to kick off a fall to remember when the USL on ESPN continues. Perennial contenders Louisville City FC travel to Dillon Stadium, meet up with Hartford Athletic. It's a potential playoff preview September 7th, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Knew who's going to come up and grab that. Smith very errant with that delivery. Gabriel was in the vicinity. We'll assume that that was intended for him.
Close to mark. Close to mark. There we go. Dale, you gotta cover mark now. Cover mark. Let go. Let go.
That's going to roll to Shuttler. The teams on 24 are this North Texas side: Tormenta, Rebs 2, Greenville, and Forward Madison. All of those teams are battling to try to create some sort of separation between one another, with Chattanooga and Union Omaha opening up a bit of an advantage in front of that pack of squads. Here's Gabriel. That was well done. And a 1v1 battle in the midfield. Ferry. Rayo tried to bully his way through 3 different defenders, finally held up by Boyce. Boyce doing good work. And then Gomez commits the foul. And Hurst is pointing to his ankle, saying, "I took a spike," and he talked Karen Collado into it. That is the 3rd North Texas yellow in the first half hour of this match. So now Gomez hits the book. Seemed like a physical challenge. Not sure that it was yellow worthy. Karen Collado thought so. That's what matters. And 3 North Texas yellow cards. I suppose it's appropriate to mention that North Texas is tied for the most red cards in USL League One this season with 6. They evened up with Tucson after Imanol Almaguer registered a very late extra time red card, straight red, against Forward Madison last Saturday. We'll talk about that red in just a couple of moments. Mickey Hernandez out of Waldeck. Waldeck inside the area, behind Gabriel. And now Devin Boyce on the run. Punches it forward, right back to Boyce. Boyce to Hurst. Hurst had it taken off his feet by Gomez. And then Hurst slides, makes contact, and it'll be a North Texas throw-in. That Almaguer red card came in the 94th minute, right after the Thibaut Chaquel game-tying goal. And it really was needless. Forward Madison was out of answers, and Almaguer came in and scissored on a slide tackle. And Eric Quill, when we talked to him this week, said, "I don't blame the referee for calling the red. When you see someone go in like that, like Almaguer did, from your vantage point with his legs separated like that and then scissoring, that is going to be called a red. It looks severe. If you've played at a high level for a long time, maybe you think differently, but these referees haven't played at a high level. They're there to do a job." He said he would have given a red as well. Here's Doyle. Doyle, right foot curl to Shuttler on a short hop. Very sure-handed Colin Shuttler with confidence, able to gather it. Connor Doyle has been, or Devin Boyce rather, has been all over the place tonight for Union Omaha. Boyce, a goal last year for Union Omaha in his debut season. 16 appearances for the second place side in USL League One. Boyce and Doyle provide very solid veteran leadership in this Union Omaha midfield. Really set the tone. And that's one in the back by Otieno. Trying to go horizontal with that ball for Union Omaha, rolling out of play. Unable to connect with Boyce. Haven't seen much danger out of North Texas. Now the second highest scoring team in USL League One, but they have had a tough time unlocking Union Omaha tonight. They're not the only ones. That's a USL League One wide problem. Trying to find a way to chip away at Union Omaha's defenses. Ferry lobs it to Waldeck. Ferry looks forward. Now Nicky Hernandez. Hernandez whips it across. Well positioned for Union Omaha. And now a whistle and a foul against North Texas. Union Omaha's back line tonight. Damia Villader, Blake Malone, Jake Kroll, Panzani, Ferdy Sosa. Malone is making his first start of the season and his fourth appearance for Union Omaha. He is at Union Omaha on loan from Orange County in the USL Championship. So some new blood, at least in the starting 11 along the back line tonight for Union Omaha, and Malone has acquitted himself nicely. Union Omaha trying to work it through some channels. Shuttler's going to scoop it up. Now Ferry wants to run a bit. Colin Smith gets back into the attack. Nice ball to Nicky Hernandez. Hernandez collects. Hernandez cuts it onto his left foot. Hernandez into the box. Rayo was shielded off the ball. Smith keeps it in the attacking third. Hernandez again. Tried to nutmeg Villader. Villader equal to the task. And now sends a long ball away. Good hustle though by Mikey Maldonado. Juggles to himself. Maldonado. Villader challenged him. Maldonado stays with possession. A bicycle to Nuhu. That would have been one of the more ambitious bicycle attempts that you're ever going to see coming from an angle, Nicky Hernandez. But he does put it on goal, and Nuhu, who was a bit surprised that it was actually on target, no problems. I'll give Nicky Hernandez an A for effort there. It was good form at the very least. Kazu put it right on the feet of Connor Doyle. And it's turned over, given away in the midfield. Waldeck, oh, he almost picked out Kazu. But now it's Rayo. That shot deflected, and North Texas will have a corner. North Texas finding some offense out of very little. Rayo working hard on the counter. And North Texas has its first attempt here at a true set piece tonight. And it looks like it'll be Waldeck on a slow jog to handle the corner duties. Derek Waldeck, 23-year-old. For Eric Quill, one of the more important members of this North Texas side from a leadership and organization standpoint. 4 assists this season. What can he provide here out of the corner? It's an in-swinger, back post, but too tall, and it rolls out of play. Nothing truly spectacular yet out of this opening half between two sides with title aspirations. North Texas won the title in 2019, got off to a slow start last year, stormed all the way back to finish third, and nearly on the final day able to move into that second spot. This run they're making now, 7 unbeaten at this time of year, very reminiscent of what they did last season. And Union Omaha, they have been near the top of the standings for the entire season. Smith on the near touchline, has some room. Ryo, after having that pass initially impeded, able to get to it. It's Ryo again. Now Blaine Ferry. Ferry mishit that. Still found its way to Waldeck somehow. Waldeck battling with Firmino. Defers back to Blaine Ferry. This is a nice ball into the box. Waldeck got in deep, and it's blasted away by Toby Otieno. Kaiser Gomez's turn now for North Texas. Gomez, left foot. Really didn't aim that particularly well. Connor Doyle able to clear away, but North Texas keeps it in. Maldonado, now Waldeck. Waldeck off to the left. It's fed to the edge of the area. Oh, what a battle here left of the area. It was delivered in, headed away, and a deep throw incoming for North Texas. They have started to find their rhythm and their possession here in the attacking third for the first time, truly putting Union Omaha on its heels over the last 5 minutes or so. Connor Doyle and his Union Omaha defense is trying to see this through to halftime without conceding. Smith will throw it in. Here's Ferry. Now Hernandez, Smith, Hernandez. He feeds, back post, headed down. Ryo tried to win it, could not, and Otieno takes care of it. The North Texas throwing numbers forward, they win it right back. Not allowing Union Omaha to get out on the counter and maintaining possession. Ferry, now to Smith. Smith wanted to line up across, instead feeds it with the left foot. North Texas can't find targets in the area. Well marked, shot from distance. It hit Hernandez. It rolls around the box. Sloppy here from Union Omaha. Maldonado is cut down. Karen Collado says play on. She showed North Texas 3 yellow cards. That looked like it could have been an opportunistic free kick, and she says nope, no contact. Nikki Hernandez, high step into the corner. Hernandez with the nutmeg of Boyce, but Boyce able to impede Hernandez. They both went tumbling after the fact. And there's a foul called against Gabriel. Looked like Maldonado might have had a case that he had won a direct free kick just outside the 18. Gabriel sharing his displeasure with tonight's referee. Gabriel, who has a goal in 5 appearances for North Texas. The former Alverca man in Portugal has been quite a find for North Texas. Fiadere works his way into the middle. Union Omaha, can they formulate something here before the halftime whistle? Some hard work being done by Greg Hurst, but North Texas equal to the task. Waldeck, though, gave it right back. There's Boyce, top of the area, Hurst. They were looking for Conway, never got there. And a desperation clearance for North Texas. Both teams are trying to probe their way into the box, and both teams are finding it massively difficult. Someone's going to have to get ambitious from distance, it appears. Ferdy Sosa against 2 defenders. Got to the outside. He feeds it to no one in particular. this is going to be given to North Texas. Hurst was going to try and sell it that it had taken a deflection. Karen Collado shut that down right away. That was really well done there in the back from Villader. Such a physical defender, so good with his body on that long throw in. Ferdy Sosa, step over. There's a shot from distance like we just spoke of, but it's well high and over the right field wall. By the way, in case you were wondering, the baseball dimensions here at Warner Park. 310 to left, 402 to center, and 315 down the right field line. And there you see the 315 sign in the upper right portion of your screen. Smith and Gomez go to work out of the back, and now Gomez will hike forward. Just 1 minute of stoppage time. If North Texas wants one last opportunity, they're going to have to hustle. Gabriel trying to shield the ball away. Does win it. Spray to the right. Smith eyes it. Smith somehow won that ball back and earned a corner. Just absolutely battling with Villader. It's a tough assignment for Smith on the attack. Smith, good size, him and Villader talking with one another. What a nifty move from Smith after Villader cut him off as he cut it to the outside to come back inside and then deflected off Villader for the corner. This will be the final kick of this first half. Could North Texas steal a goal here before we head to the locker room? Waldeck has Kazu short if he wants him. Waldeck will go short to Kazu. Now back to Waldeck. Ferry delivers, and that is going to do it for the opening half. There is the halftime whistle. And these two sides gridlocked right now. There has not been a lot of room for either attacking side to really find any room, and it reflects on the scoreline right now. Will the second half open up? We'll have to see. North Texas, Union Omaha here tonight in Nebraska, and the opportunities have been few and far between. We'll start halftime after this. It's USL League One on ESPN+. Like to welcome our Centris Federal Credit Union ball kids. And if you want to be a Centris ball kid at the next Union Omaha match, visit unionomaha.com/community to sign up. Thank you to Nebraska State Soccer for helping us select the Centris ball kids.
At Nebraska Medicine, we are serious about safety. Every extraordinary measure we take is for you and you, so you can get the expert care you need today at every one of our locations. Together, we're elevating our world-leading safety protocols, implementing new social distancing guidelines, and offering care anywhere with telehealth, all so you can continue being your extraordinary you.
strength. Thank you all for coming out for our match. We hope to see you again soon.
Halftime in Omaha, North Texas and Union Omaha. Let's take some time to, through 21 weeks of this USL League One season, check out some of the milestones. Emiliano Terzaghi, you're going to hear his name several times over the next couple of minutes. Terzaghi has had a fantastic season and career in USL League One. 22 League One goals. He's done it in 32 appearances on just 93 shots. He's been explosive and he's been efficient. And he has just passed former North Texas man Ronaldo Damas, who got his goals 21 in 35 matches on 93 shots. And then there are some goal milestones in USL League One. Number 600 came courtesy of Curtis Thorne of Tormenta, May 1st against Tucson. Here's number 700, Garrett McLaughlin on a nice feed from Media Susi. Toronto 2 at Fort Lauderdale. This was on June 16th. McLaughlin with goal number 700 in League One history. But we also this season have seen USL League One goal number 800. And hey, it's that guy, Emiliano Terzaghi. Richmond Kickers with the goal. This happened at Tormenta. This was just a few weeks back on July 24th. Fitting that Terzaghi in this season has the 800th League One goal. Let's focus in on Tormenta. Marco Micheletto. He has been absolutely superb for the South Georgia side. He has 9 goals and counting the way he's been going in a single season. That is the most for a Tormenta player to date. It's a club with a rich history. Marco Micheletto is putting his stamp in the Tormenta record books. He's done it from set pieces. He's done it run a play. He's done it from the spot. We had the 300th match in USL League One history. That happened July 17th. Richmond Kickers and Fort Lauderdale. Mitchell Curry got things going early in the 6th minute. And, oh yeah, guess what? Terzaghi scored as well. He got his in the 86th minute for a 1-1 draw in match number 300 in USL League One. We have just had history made. Chattanooga, they are at 13 straight matches, unbeaten. That tied Lansing Ignite from 2019. Chattanooga 5-0-7 on the run. They have been absolutely sensational. They are top of the table. They beat Andrew Omaha, drew Greenville twice, drew North Texas twice. In this run, they've scored a game-winning or game-tying goal in the 87th minute or later 5 times. They are Cardiac Kids, and right now they are in first place in USL League One. Then there's the largest comeback in USL League One history. We go back to Tormenta. They were down 2-0 at Greenville on July 17th. It was all the defending champions early. Tormenta was down 2-0 at the 48th minute, but then in the final 28 minutes, they turned it on. 3 goals in the final 28 minutes on the road. One of the best home field advantages in USL League One there at Greenville. Tormenta was not going to be denied. They found the magic and they pulled off on July 17th the largest comeback in USL League One history. More halftime to come. USL League One on ESPN+.
Catering options as well. Happy Pit Barbecue. Eat it.
first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
City double their money. And how sweet the sound in Lynn Family Stadium.
45 minutes complete. 45 to go. Union Omaha and North Texas scoreless at halftime. And USL League One, Week 22 is in full swing. Let's go through news and notes in USL League One. Player of the week, Gio Calixtro. Tucson's first League One hat trick led the side to a 4-0 win on Sunday against Fort Lauderdale. That was an absolute rout. Emi Terzaghi, the league's new all-time goal scorer, as he surpasses Terzaghi of Richmond, or he surpasses Damas of North Texas. Chattanooga has matched USL League One's unbeaten run, their all-time mark. That was matching the Lansing Ignite from 2019. Here's the scoreboard in USL League One. Fort Lauderdale taking out its frustrations after that loss to Tucson last Sunday. They are pounding Torment down the road 3-0. Richmond, North Carolina scoreless at the break. Then Toronto 2 as Chattanooga on that happened yesterday. That was scoreless rather. And then you've got North Carolina and Forward Madison at North Carolina with that 1-0 victory midweek. Let's go through the USL League One table. Chattanooga, there they are at the top. Union Omaha. Right now, this is real time. If results held, Union Omaha would move to 2 points back. Fort Lauderdale, North Texas, Toronto 2, Richmond in real time. All sit at 25, and then Revs 2 with 24 points. They'll be in action tomorrow. Tonight it's Tucson and Greenville. They'll be in the late match here in USL League One. When we come back, we'll have the second half. 0-0 Union Omaha and North Texas. USL League One continues after this on ESPN+. No score, Union Omaha, North Texas. Here from Warner Park, let's quickly check out some highlights from the first half. And there were a few opportunities, though things were ragged at times in the opening 45. Union Omaha was the team on the front foot early. It was a corner headed over the bar. Some early noise there from Union Omaha. Union Omaha wasn't done. Here's Evan Conway on his left foot. The cross couldn't find Firmino. Just errant. Firmino just a split second late on the back post. Could have possibly tapped it in. Minute number 12. Entry just wide. Hurst got his head on it, but unable to direct it on goal. Colin Shuttler able to watch it to the outfield wall. Then North Texas started to find its footing. Here's Kazu. That attempt was deflected. Good defense there from Jake Kroll, and that allowed Rashid Nuhu to pull it in. 15th minute, Waldeck, the delivery. Gomez, a bit too much on that header attempt. And then in minute number 33, on the run, Devin Boyce. Boyce, who was very active in the opening half, that right-footed shot. Shuttler watches it right into his chest. And then there was the Nicky Hernandez very ambitious bicycle kick attempt. And Rashid Nuhu has it float right into his arms. And that's where we stand now. No score, a handful of opportunities for both sides. It has been very physical. North Texas, 3 yellows issued in the opening half. And there's your referee, Karen Collado, making sure that everything is kosher and ready to go. Maldonado, Gomez, Smith in the book for North Texas. Here we go with the second half in this potential playoff preview. North Texas trying to pull a result here at Union Omaha for the second time in less than a month. A 1-1 draw ended July, and trying to at least gain a point in the table here tonight. Though 3 would be desirable for them. It would be North Texas's second road win this season, the other coming at Tucson 2 weeks ago. A 2-0 victory. It has been tough sledding for North Texas this season away from Globe Life Park in Arlington, but it has been better over the last 3 weeks. With draws here at Union Omaha and Chattanooga. The win against Tucson, the draw at Forward Madison. So in the last 4 road matches, North Texas has been able to at least pull a result. Gomez with a long ball from the defensive third to the attacking third. Was looking for Gabriel, never found him. Throw in. Deliver right back to North Texas. Kazu going give and go with Nicky Hernandez. Now it's worked to the right. Smith, heavy touch, somehow maintained possession. Deflected off of his shin. And now Waldeck. Waldeck. Kazu. There's some room to operate at the top. Ferry plays it through. Waldeck to the left of the box. Waldeck collects. This is good possession here for North Texas. Can they make anything of it? Nicky Hernandez. Waldeck, 1-2 with Hernandez. Ferdy Sosa is able to win it. Ferdy Sosa so steady, so strong. Maldonado is going to have to push it back into the midfield, and it will roll all the way into the defensive third. Gomez will have to defer to Shuttler. Maldonado delivers to Waldeck. Kazu, the converted left back. Kazu got through 2 defenders, not a third. Shut down by Otieno. Otieno was cut down in the back. The referee says play on. Full head of steam here for Conway. He's brought down from behind. Kazu is called for the foul. Kazu immediately saying, I'll claim that. Wanting to make sure that Maldonado isn't even considered to be shown a second yellow. Here's Boyce. This is lobbed to the edge of the area over the head of Waldeck, but it never found Firmino. It rolls out of play, and it'll be a North Texas throw-in. There's contact and a foul. Nicky Hernandez goes down. You can hear the North Texas touchline calling for a card, and they're going to get their wish. Toby Otieno is in the book and becomes the first Union Omaha player to be shown a card here tonight. So Hernandez is going to try and gather himself. We'll see once again what took place here. Hernandez was bodied off the ball by Otieno, and that body check earned him a yellow. There's a look at Toby Otieno making his 10th start of the season. Formerly played in Kenya's first division at Gor Mahia Football Club, and then debuted here for Union Omaha last September in a match against Fort Lauderdale. 22 years old, very talented midfielder. On free kick, long ball forward, Gabriel collects. Good vision to Kazu. Ferry, Kazu! That shot is deflected. Desperate defending, and Jake Kroll protects his keeper. Man, Union Omaha is just ironclad defensively. Kazu has been planting those opportunities all season long. Jake Kroll with outstanding hustle, and that is why Union Omaha is competing for a championship. Waldeck won't get there. Nuhu's going to watch it roll across the end line for a goal kick. Jake Kroll, full superhero for Union Omaha, and may have just kept us scoreless. Can't watch the match? All you have to do is turn on Sirius XM FC 157. That's North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio. Listen to these names: Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and USL All Access with Mike Watts and Devin Kerr every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern. You can also hear live action from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. Tony Miola, one of the voices on Sirius XM FC 157. He has a connection with one of the prominent players in tonight's match, Colin Shuttler, the North Texas goalkeeper. Shuttler was named All-ACC first team in his senior season at Virginia. The first time a goalkeeper from UVA was named to the first team All-ACC since Tony Miola. Nicky Hernandez shovels it to Waldeck. Waldeck decided to give it a go, and Nuhu punches it over the bar. Waldeck from a tough angle, and he made Nuhu work for it. In a match where opportunities have been difficult to come by, Waldeck had that on target. Waldeck's going to go retrieve. It'll be a corner here for North Texas. Rashid Nuhu came into tonight just shy of a 76% save percentage, and he has increased it there. He is so tough to beat. Waldeck nearly did it. Waldeck, the in-swinger off the corner. Headed away by Conway. Kept in by Maldonado. And right to Nuhu. Floats into his gloved hands. And he'll wait for everybody to retreat. North Texas has taken complete command of the possession in this match. But again, that's Union Omaha's game. They rarely win the possession battle, and certainly not recently. It is 60-40 North Texas in favor of possession. Significant, but not unheard of. Firmino, can he get there? The answer is yes. Now the assistant referee said it's a goal kick. Going to see a couple of substitutions here. Amir Alihadzic is about to enter for Union Omaha. Nick Firmino is going to come off for Union Omaha. Alihadzic will take over there. And then Evan Conway will retreat as well. So Conway's night is done. And Rivera comes on for Union Omaha. Ricky Rivera, the young Puerto Rican. So some changes to the attack here for Union Omaha. Alihadzic in for Firmino, Rivera on for Conway. And it happens in the 55th minute. See if Union Omaha can find some possession here. Alihadzic on his first touch. Errant delivery. And evades everybody in the penalty area. Alihadzic has a goal this season and an assist. Selected in the third round of the 2016 MLS Super Draft by Seattle Sounders. Jay Mims was his college coach at UNO. He was an All-Summit second team selection. Union Omaha discovered this week that it was going to replay its match against Forward Madison that was suspended after 58 minutes back on August 7th here in Papillion because of bad weather. That's going to be replayed October 20th right here at Warner Park. Viadair lost it out of play. Tonight is Pause at the Park here at Union Omaha. Seen some canines here around the facility. It's been a pretty rough night for both offenses. I've got plenty of them. Don't you worry, all of you out there watching tonight. You can say these attacks have been all bark, no bite so far. Certainly all these opportunities tonight, they've been hard to come by, and these two attacks have been kept on a leash. come back to it in about 15 or 20 minutes time, unless the attacks pick up. But I'll let you guys simmer on those for a while. This is one in the corner. Good hustle. Ferdy Sosa just doing what he does, and that's battle. Feed air with the short throw into Devin Boyce. That's pushed out of play, and now Feed air is going to try to throw it in again. And Boyce is going to try and control in the corner. Fiadair delivered it into the box. Maldonado is right there to bring it down. Gabriel may have gotten away with a handball, and then this is launched into the suburban Omaha night sky. This facility, Werner Park, was built and opened in 2011. Kansas City Royals used to have their minor league affiliate at Old Rosenblatt Stadium in downtown Omaha. That was the former site of the Little League, or the College World Series, I should say. Then when it was decided that Rosenblatt was going to be replaced by a new state-of-the-art stadium, the Royals decided they were going to build their own ballpark so they didn't have to have their AAA affiliate go on an extended road trip during the College World Series, and that's how this Werner Park facility was dreamed up. Again, Union Omaha very backloaded with home matches here in the last 10 contests of the season. That should certainly work to their benefit. Union Omaha started the year at home with a win against Tormenta and then proceeded to play their next 6 matches away. A 6-game road trip pretty much at the onset of the season. And they handled it just fine. Only one loss in that entire 6-game road trip. Ali Hodzic won that back, but Colin Shuttler was able to read that cross extremely well, and no harm done. On that 6-game road trip we were discussing, Union Omaha had 3 wins, 1 defeat, 2 draws. The lone defeat was at Forward Madison. Then they went back and beat them just a week later. Colin Smith turning on the Jets, battling against Devin Boyce, and then lost it out of play. Well, this has been a typical Union Omaha affair. Bear down and make it as physical and frustrating as possible. They're always well positioned. They're always disciplined defensively. Colin Smith is down. We'll see what happened here. Smith, looks like he got caught in the midsection with a boot. Didn't see exactly where the boot connected, but based on the reaction, it may have been in the most sensitive of areas. He is up now and still functioning. And that's a good thing. We'll see when Eric Quill is going to start going to his bench. You wonder if we're going to see Thibaut Chacal again. Chacal, who, despite only 14 minutes played last week, Those 14 minutes coming in the draw against forward Madison. He had the game-tying free kick goal in the 91st minute. Ali Hadzic wanted to blast it into the box. Waldeck denied that. Ali Hadzic will throw it in. And again, North Texas has Hope Avayevu available for the first time in 3 matches after he injured his hamstring against North Carolina 3 matches ago. Short throw-in. Heritage Sosa lobbed it into the box, no real danger there. Connor Doyle tracks it down, and that's deflected and blasted back. And Union Omaha goes to retrieve. Blake Malone. Now, there is not a lot of strung together consistency here on offense for either side. And we're seeing a lot of long balls, a lot of dump and pray. North Texas appears to have, at least for the most part, tried to abandon their attempt to spread Union Omaha from touchline to touchline. That's what Eric Quill wanted to do. Now it's turned into a vertical affair. Maybe an opportunity here. Not a great ball forward. As Boyce was making a run, it's cleared away. North Texas now out on the counter. On the right wing, Ryo, who's been quiet in this second half. It's into the box, and that is launched away. And it'll head to the opposite third of the pitch. This is very much just turned into vertical for both sides. Union Omaha, that's the way that they operate their attack. North Texas has been reduced to that here at this juncture. This is sent to the near post. Kroll was able to shin it down, and then Nuhu comes over and says, let's end this. Rashid Nuhu, a native of Ghana, was with New York Red Bulls 2 prior to making the move to Omaha. Drafted by New York Red Bulls, 2019 MLS Super Draft, wins 70th overall. And now contact, and 2 players wrestling to the turf. It's Gomez, who's unhappy with the fact that Ricky Rivera is on the turf, telling him to get up. Rivera trying to win a free kick just outside the 18, and Karen Collado, nothing doing. Here's Kazu. Been a frustrating night for him. Waldeck, quick throw in. Nicky Hernandez. Oh, what a back heel. He has some room. Hernandez tried to curl it on Nuhu. He spilled it away, and it's cleared away. Viadair kept it from trouble. Hernandez still has an opportunity. Juggling on his head. He's taken down in the box. There was contact from behind, and Collado says no. There will be no penalty. There looked like obvious contact and a push in the back. And at first glance, it definitely looked like Hernandez was jostled from behind quite severely. It is full-on rugby right now. And then Blaine Ferry looks like he made contact from behind on Ali Hadzic, and he's been shown a card. So Ferry gets a card for contact behind the play. We're going to look at what happened in the box. Here's Hernandez. Again, what an outstanding individual play. Nuhu bobbled the shot. It's deflected up into the air. It heads back to Hernandez, juggling, juggling, juggling. And that looks like there's a very real case there for a point to the spot. Otieno got very physical there on the left side of the penalty area. And then on the other end, North Texas called for a yellow on a play behind the referee. Free kick, cleared away. Ryo. Rayo mishandled to Doyle. Gomez is there. Devin Boyce. Boyce now maneuvers forward. Boyce looking for support, has Ali Hodzic. Good first ball right back to Boyce. Boyce to Ali Hodzic. Ali Hodzic along the touchline. The cross fired away. Ferry retrieves. They have to settle for a Union Omaha throw-in. Really feel like North Texas may have had an argument for a penalty. Meanwhile, they have 4 yellows here tonight. 5 shown total in this match. Ferry popped that forward. Hernandez, long ball over the top. Rayo, can he win to this ball? The answer is no, but he had his momentum impeded, and they're going to call a foul on Jabron Rayo. Eric Quill is furious along the touchline. He thought that Rayo was fouled. He thought there should have been a yellow card. Karen Collado says the foul was called because Rayo tried to come over the top as he fought for the ball. Tempers are starting to peak here with 20 minutes left. Still scoreless. Ricky Rivera. Now Boyce. Connor Doyle. Connor Doyle about 30 yards out. This is sent in, headed away. Physical by Mark Salas, who hit the deck. Colin Shuttler is very upset, saying Salas was fouled. North Texas is claiming that Ricky Rivera got very physical with Salas in the area. They're pleading for a card. Derek Waldeck is following Karen Collado, saying, hey, what are you seeing? Salas is up. Union Omaha goes to work. Shot from distance. Shuttler knocks it away. Diving to his right. Otieno with pace on the shot. And that's woken up the crowd here in Papillion. Let's get another look at this, see if this was indeed on target. Otieno, it was close enough where Shuttler absolutely had to make a play on it. Villader handles the corner. High outswinger, headed into the side netting. Ali Hodzic came on late, but did not have a good angle. That would have been incredible if from that angle he was able to somehow sneak it inside the post. Crack starting to form here for both sides defensively. Perhaps heavy legs are starting to have an effect. North Texas still has yet to send in a sub. Will that change here soon? We will see. Union Omaha has been able to find a little bit of momentum here with the ball. Blaine Ferry, nice defensive play on Ali Hodzic. He has some numbers forward if he wants him. Kazu had it tackled away by Fordy Sosa. Eric Quill shouting instructions to Nicky Hernandez. Quill was talking about how Hernandez has become such a proficient 10 in this attack. Ferry taken down from his backside, able to deliver the ball to Rayo, but then he finally has it ripped away. And a chance on the counter here for Union Omaha. Rivera tried to blast it to Hurst, who was making a run down the middle channel. Nothing there. Now a high ball forward. Nuhu comes out, punts it away. Here's a Gabriel cross, deflected, and this will be a corner. A corner for North Texas here in the 74th minute. Ferdy Sosa with the deflection. Waldeck strolls over. Kazu remains, as he has on most corners, in a position for a short corner. Waldeck's going to deliver to the 6-yard box, headed away. Ferry won it back, it falls to Kazu. Kazu shot deflected. Otieno. Just a wall for Union Omaha. Someone's going to have to do something spectacular to break this scoreless tie. Waldeck, Kazu. Falls right back to Ferry, near he hits the referee. Heavy touch from Maldonado, but it's taken back by North Texas. Lobbed in, and a whistle, and a foul against North Texas. United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. United Against Racism. Find out more at uslsoccer.com. Now, what a fight down there between Rivera and Kaiser Gomez. Gomez is really upset, and he needs to be careful. He's already on a yellow. Don't want to pick up that second yellow because of protest. He's saying that Rivera strong-armed him off the ball. Shuttler is really upset. And the frustration is at Ricky Rivera. I feel like he should have multiple times been given some sort of punishment for physical play. And now they're taking it out on Karen Collado, our referee tonight. Texas.
So we're only going to go.
Perhaps are trying to figure out some substitutions here. Might be about time. This is launched forward. We are going to see Thibaut Chacal. 14 minutes against forward Madison. That's all it took for him to score a spectacular free kick goal in the 91st minute and earn a spot on the USL League One Team of the Week. And he takes Gabriel off the pitch. So now it's Chacal and Kazu along with Rayo, top of the 4-3-3. Chacal had not played since the Union Omaha match July 31st when he took to the pitch in Madison last Saturday. Blasted it home from 20 yards. Chacal has had to drop some bad habits that he brought with him from college on the pitch, trying to learn how to be a professional, as Eric Quill puts it. That's why he has not been selected to teams. But Chacal has such ability, and Eric Quill said when he stepped up to take that free kick last week, he knew it was going in because Chacal is an elite free kick taker, especially from the angle he took it. which is just to the left of goal, 20 yards out, set 18 to 20 times. Shaquille is planting that, and he did. See if he can make a difference here. He allows it to play through to Kazu. Left foot offside netting. Kazu's body was shifting away, and off balance, he floated it off the side of the goal. Shaquille allowed it to go through to Kazu. Now it's not off by much. Kazu not in line. Didn't have his body weight shifted properly. Kazu doesn't need much room to do something outstanding with the ball. Now Union Omaha into the attacking third. Boyce plays it near the top of the air, falls back to Boyce. That's up and over the goal from Villader. Never really a threat. JP Skierce coming on for Union Omaha. Former Lionsbridge FC man is JP Skierce. Shaquille, who we were just talking about on the North Texas side, also played with Lionsbridge. So Otieno, his night is over. Toby Otieno, always a high work rate. Now he's taken off for JP Skierce. Skierce 2 assists this season. So we are into the 80th minute, getting late here at Werner Park. In a matchup of two of the higher profile clubs in USL League One. Union Omaha second in the League One table with 10 matches left. North Texas sits sixth. Right on the edge of the playoff picture, the top 6 teams do go to the postseason. Long ball, launched forward, Ferdy Sosa chests it down, blasted it off of Blaine Ferry, and it's going to result in a deep North Texas throw-in. Fortuitous. Ferry punched up in the air. Rayo heads it into the box. Ferry, the referee says play on. Now bodies are hitting the turf all over the place as Rayo now goes down. Ferry was clutching at a knee, it appeared, when he was on the ground in the box. Now we have another player down, and this is Connor Doyle for Union Omaha. Mickey Hernandez comes over and says, hey, I'll help you up. Sportsmanship. That's good to see. Things have been pretty tense here in the second half. Hernandez came over a bit late and perhaps made some contact with the spikes. Devin Boyce whips it into the box. Look at that, on goal. Connor Doyle made Shuttler think about it and have to make a play on it. Sent it right at the keeper, did Doyle. But he got a good foot on that. Doyle hasn't scored this season. That would have been the goal of the year. That's what I was saying earlier. It's going to take something absolutely magical to break this deadlock. Man, Ferdy Sosa just throwing his body all over the place. If you don't love that, you don't love this game. Alahadzic to the back post. Oh, look at Shuttler denying Rivera. And that was glorious. And how did Shuttler not give up a rebound? Rivera was picked out And Shuttler says no. And we remain 0-0, somehow, some way. Rio Ramirez will come on for Blaine Ferry. That is the second substitution tonight for Eric Quill's side. Rio Ramirez comes on in the 84th minute. This will be chased down by Villadair. Pressure though from Nicky Hernandez, and Villadair able to keep it in play. And it's won in the midfield by Rayo. Devin Boyce, always pesky. Alihadzic lays it off for Ferdy Sosa. Gomez was left with only one option based on his body position on that delivery from Ferdy Sosa, and that was to live to see a corner. He didn't really know who was in his vicinity. He was a bit lost, and he did the only thing he felt comfortable with. Doyle sent away from the danger area. But Union Omaha, Alihadzic, top of the area. Ferdy Sosa, Shuttler puts it over the top, and another corner coming. Union Omaha is threatening down the stretch. Connor Doyle will do it again on the corner. Sent back post. Shuttler hauls it down. Hurst was in Shuttler's vision, but it was well over Hurst and Shuttler, able to catch it on the fly. Tell you about the W League for the W. Starting next spring, the USLW League providing increased equity and opportunity for women looking to pursue careers in soccer both on and off the pitch. Comprised of clubs from across the Championship, League One, League Two, and new expansion markets. The W League set to begin play in more than 30 communities across the United States. Head over to USLWleague.com to learn more. That's USLW League. Can't wait for the W League. Can't imagine we're going to have a lot of stoppage time. If a breakthrough is going to happen, it's going to have to happen soon. Only a handful of minutes left. Maldonado just gives away possession. Omaha is on the road next weekend. They'll take on the basement dwellers in League One, North Carolina. Meanwhile, North Texas is back home against Tucson. Nicky Hernandez is sent flying by Ferdy Sosa. And Derek Waldeck is asking our referee. There's not a consideration for a card there. A lot of protests tonight.
No, we're holding. We're holding.
Now, Hope Avayevu and Alex Bruce. There's a dispute, though, with the assistant referee and Alex Bruce about the substitution. We're we're also going to see the newest member of this North Texas side as well. Devin Benton is about to come on. He was signed yesterday. 21 years old, fresh out of college at UAB. And this has taken a while to send these substitutions on. Bruce prepares to come on now that Hopafa-Yevu and Devin Brenton have entered the fray. Nicky Hernandez is going to leave the match. Can North Texas find some late magic? We will see.
12 for 9.
Waldeck launches it into the box, headed down. Gomez was in the vicinity, poked away by Villader, collected by Avayevu. Punches it high to the top of the box, fed in. Bruce chases, knew who is there. Omaha, as time is waning here.
5 of stoppage.
Back into the attacking half. This is lofted high into the danger area. Never really presented much danger and cleared away. Is this going to stay in play? Yes, it is. Is there something brewing here? Stumbling and falling down is Colin Smith. He's got to have heavy legs at this point, and Nuhu will come to clean it up. Five minutes of additional time. So 5 minutes of added time. I thought it would be fewer than that, but there's been enough stoppage in this second half to rack up 5. Hey, we'll play 5 minutes more. These two sides have really been in quite a physical battle tonight. Avayevu's dispossessed. Ferdy Sosa won it back. Rivera, or Greg Hurst rather, made some contact that was not called, and now contact that is called. Union Omaha. Blake Malone came up and took Shaquille down to the turf from behind. Shaquille is up. Karen Collado wants to have a discussion with Blake Malone so that she can show a card. Waldeck, from about 40 yards out, is going to try and serve something up here in the dying moments of this match. Nearly 2 minutes into stoppage time now. Waldeck glances into the box and redirects. Now Waldeck delivers. High into the box, headed down, it's loose. Villader took care of it. Always in the right spot is Damia Villader. Nuhu was caught off his line. Ramirez. Thought Waldeck was going to continue up the left flank. These two teams on the verge of drawing for the second time in 3 weeks, unless Union Omaha can find something here. Ali Hadjic plays it back to Ferdy Sosa. Now Ali Hodzic, who has been so effective since coming on as a sub. He's been a constant part of Union Omaha's attack. That time, though, Avievu got a piece of that delivery. Kept in by Union Omaha. 93rd minute, 5 additional minutes here. I went off of Hurst back and caromed right to Ali Hodzic. That's out of play. Made its way across the touchline, and North Texas doesn't appear to be in much of a hurry. North Texas, they appear to be on the way to an 8th straight unbeaten. That would be the franchise record. Devin Boyce is spilled to the turf. North Texas entered tonight tied for the franchise record for an unbeaten streak. They started their history with 7 unbeaten back in 2019. And if they can defend here, they'll be on their way to an 8th, which will be the best mark in North Texas SC history. Boyce flies it to Shuttler, who bobbled for a moment but is able to fall on it. North Texas had 6 wins in the 7 unbeaten back in 2019. 3 wins for North Texas here in this 7, and likely to be 8. Popped high into the air. And these two teams appear to be out of ideas on the attack. It's been a defensive stalemate all night long. Good opportunities, hard to come by. They existed, but not regularly. And once Shuttler puts his foot into this, that's going to be it. So Union Omaha will pull to within 2 of Chattanooga. The USL League One leaders, while North Texas is going to briefly move into a tie for 3rd. Shuttler launches this away, and we await the whistle. That has not come yet. Rivera pushes it ahead to Boyce. Now Ali Hodzic. Ali Hodzic. Tried to get creative with that, well wide, and there is the final whistle. That attempt from Ali Hodzic ends up being the final kick of the match, and it's a scoreless draw. Union Omaha and North Texas play to a draw in Nebraska for the 2nd time in less than a month. Substitutions couldn't unlock any of the scoring tonight. North Texas has its unbeaten streak moved to 8. Again, that's a franchise record. And Union Omaha, after only their 2nd loss of the season last Saturday at Chattanooga, they come home. They clamp down on the 2nd highest scoring team in USL League One, and they get back to results and pull to within 2 points in the table of league leading Chattanooga Red Wolves. So for Union Omaha, a reminder that the next match is going to come away from home against Toronto 2, Saturday, September 4th. So a week off for Union Omaha, then it's back at it again against Toronto 2. Make sure you tune in at 6 p.m. on ESPN+. So scoreless here tonight at Werner Park. Union Omaha and North Texas in a slugfest, and they both get a point. We'll come back with postgame after this. This is USL League One on ESPN+. Unable to find a breakthrough tonight as Union Omaha and North Texas play to a scoreless draw, their second meeting of the season and the second time that they have played to a draw. Let's go through highlights of this one. Play did pick up at times here between these two sides with some major title implications. Union Omaha came into tonight second in the table, and early there was a good opportunity off of a corner for Damia Villader. Then Evan Conway with this cross. Firmino just late on the run up the right side, and we remain scoreless. North Texas finally in the 13th minute got some pressure. Kazu, and that attempt deflected. Knew who was there to make sure that there was no rebound, and then a bicycle kick attempt from an impossible angle from Nicky Hernandez. Second half, Derek Waldeck from a tough angle, but made Nuhu sky to make the save. Waldeck then on the throw-in. Here's Nicky Hernandez. Look at this back heel. Absolutely wonderful. The shot, Nuhu spilled the rebound. Villader was there to save the day. Union Omaha in the 71st minute. Otieno from distance. Shuttler had to range to his right. And then off the corner, this was headed to the post. And Ali Hazic put it into the side netting. 78th minute, look at Kazu. That one just wide of the post. And then just a few minutes later, Connor Doyle from 30 yards, but right at Shuttler. Let's go to minute number 85. And you'll see this from Ali Hazic. Great ball, back post, unmarked, and Rivera denied by Shuttler. Certainly the save of the match right there. Match stats, 56-44 possession for North Texas, no surprise. Both teams similar in shots and shots on target. 5-3 edge there for Union Omaha. 4 yellows for North Texas compared to 2 for the home side. And neither team able to find that goal, neither team able to draw the 3 points, but they do get a point in the table to keep pace with the leaders, Chattanooga, who drew at Toronto 2 yesterday. So that'll do it from here tonight at Werner Park, as Union Omaha and North Texas, they battled. It was physical. It was one for Paws of the Park and the newborns as well. But no goals to show for Jason Brown and his entire production staff. Great work from them. I'm Ken LaVicka. Union Omaha 0, North Texas 0. This has been USL League One on ESPN Plus. Have a great rest of the weekend.
Copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.